My name is Stasi with Stogies or Bogies, and I'm live again. I am smoking the Olmec by Foundation Cigars. Get that in there. Just off the rip, Foundation Olmec is in a 5 by 50 ring gauge. The origin is Esteli, Nicaragua. Binder and filler are both Nicaraguan, and the wrapper is a Mexican San Andreas. As you can tell, I'm underneath one of the railways, so there will be a train that will be coming by every now and again. So don't worry about that. This is my normal smoking spot. It's real close to where I'm at the moment, and yeah, just gotta deal with it. Like, I gotta deal with it. The sun's setting behind me. It is what it is. I'm having my daily smoke, and I figured if anyone was here, hello, y'all could join me. I do have my book with me, so I will be taking notes on this as I smoke through it. Upon light, it was nice and spicy, very Foundation. Yeah, it's a great spot, isn't it? Just got a train coming by every. Well, it's Sunday, so it's probably like every half an hour instead of like every 10 or 15 minutes. And the station is literally across the street. Hello? How you doing, SG? Hello, Hannah James. Hope you're having a good Mother's Day Sunday. Just chilling. What is that? It's a cigar. It's an Olmec from a company called Foundation Cigars. It's produced and grown in Esteli, Nicaragua. It's a stronger cigar, but hello, how you doing? By the way, I'm like right underneath the railroad tracks. I do not speak Indonesia. United States. I'm right underneath a train track, so there'll probably be a train that'll come by. Like, it's Sunday, so probably like every half an hour. But it's cool if it just comes by. It'll take a couple seconds, and we'll get back to it. Thank you. Yeah, so this is a stronger cigar. Like, I like stronger. No worries. Thank you for stopping by. I like stronger cigars. They they just have more flavor, strength in them. So it's pretty. It's kind of my thing. I like darker, but not all dark looking cigars are gonna hit strong. I've had some lighter shade cigars that have been pretty strong. Yeah, other than that, that's basically what I'm smoking on. The filler and binder is Nicaraguan, and the wrapper is Mexican San Andreas. But yeah, it's what I do. I come out here at night at this specific spot because it's close to where I'm at, and I have a nice view of the little hills in front of me. I'll turn the camera around in just a second so I can show you all. But uh, sit here, just smoke a cigar at night to just relax and make my little shorts of what I'm smoking. And so this is my regular smoking spot since I can't smoke where I'm at. And but yeah, here, let me turn the camera around. And yeah, that's pretty much my view. Not the greatest, but these hills here, not these specific hills, but further down in the bay, towards like San Jose, uh, these were the hills that were used for like Windows Vista, I think it was, um, for the desktop like screen background. They used it. They were from here. XP, yeah, yeah, XP, Windows XP. Dang, I feel so old. Good old Bart. Oh, it was north, like towards like Hayward, Naples. Okay, yeah, it was somewhere around here. So I think I'm just gonna go live every time I come out and smoke, which will be like every day. Because I got nothing better to do uh, for the most part at this time. Um, but yeah, this band is pretty cool. So like from what I've read about it, so Olmec was the god or one of the gods of the tribes from Cuba, and that's like who they worshipped, or one of the people that they worshipped. I'm not no major on this, but Foundation from Nicaragua um, took that name and put their little put the god on there, um, and made the Olmec cigar, which kind of cool. Um, I'd have to look more into it to get like more, just to be more precise with the history, or be able to just talk about it in more detail. Yeah, very spicy, strong, earthy. But yeah, so today for Mother's Day, uh, my girl and our kid went down to the zoo, and we saw some lemurs. Zaboomafoo, Zaboomafoo. If you're old enough to know that show was banging back in the day. Um, saw lemurs. We saw a jaguar or some type of leopard. It was a big cat. We saw an alligator, and some other animals that were pretty cool. Um, yeah, today was pretty cool, pretty chill. The weather was real nice. It was like mid 70s, low 80s for most of the day. Now it's like 60 degrees, and 15, 20 degrees is quite the shift. If anyone wonders what I'm doing, I'm taking notes in my cigar notebook. If I can. No monkeys. Love that one. Oh yeah, just taking notes. Refine the palate a little bit. But yeah, I really don't know what to talk about. But other than it's Mother's Day, and hopefully people had a good Mother's Day. Got to reach out to their mom or significant other or whoever. Oh, the train is coming. Okay, I'm gonna time when the next train comes by. Because that felt really close to the last one. Oh, I'm getting some coffee in here. Just classic Nicaraguan flavors: spicy, earthy, woody, coffee, chocolate. So pretty good. Pretty good little smoke for tonight. And it's pretty short. It's just a 5 by 50, so nothing radical. Um, mm. I appreciate everyone that's on the live at the moment. Uh, thanks for stopping by. I know I'm just a small little channel, uh, but it's just cool that there's some people that care, really, to come listen to my nonsense uh, and whatnot. I did get a microphone, so my audio should be better. Um, I just got to upgrade the phone. I have an iPhone 11. I'm like 2016 and 2025. It's all right. It gets the job done, so I'm not too worried about it. Maybe this year I'll upgrade the cellular device on here. I really get a lot of that like black pepper spicy and like wood notes when I retrohale out the nose. Um, and then I get that coffee No, on my palette after I retro. Uh, but yeah, it's a good cigar. I should like take notes of like what I should talk about. So I have some type of like frame, like little segments, uh, like uh, like I don't know, things in today, or yeah, things in today, or today, and in like things that happen today, different sections of time. Be like, oh, today in 17 whatever, such and such did this, segments, um, stuff like that. Because I'm just really winging it at the moment, just talking about whatever's in the cranium, uh, which there isn't a whole lot in the cranium. Uh, well, I'm glad the image is good and the audio is good. I hope uh, I could get a couple of my friends from the Bay and have them sit down with me and just chill and just uh, talk to them, see what they're up to. Some of them have some YouTube channels. Uh, I should know their plug, but I don't. So my bad, guys. If you ever see this, um, I should do a live uh, when all the homies are skating. Actually, I could do that on Tuesday. I'll go live on Tuesday for the San Jose uh, Tuesday night skate. I'll just go live, and I'll just go live until my battery's almost dead. Um, and just film the crew. Uh, Rolling through San Jose. But the sun's setting behind me, so it is getting whew, a little chilly, but we're almost coming into that final third here, and I won't have too much longer to be out here. But I'm probably going to be working a lot this week. Well, not a whole lot, but more than normal. Oh, here's the next train. So it takes the train about 10-15 seconds to pass by, and it took 7 minutes in between that last train to this one. So every 7 minutes or so. I gotta make sure my phone is fully charged for the ride. Mm. But yeah, it should be. That would be a fun live to do. Uh, I don't know how many people will get like motion sickness, but maybe I'll have to invest in one of those stabilizing uh, handheld things. Maybe that'll be for the future, and then I can just live stream every time I go skating. That would be fun. Yeah, so far every foundation cigar has just hit all of my cylinders. Coffee, spice, earthy, chocolate, well balanced, really complex in aroma and flavor. And yeah, it just hits everything. Uh, I would say this is more of a medium full. The burn and draw has been fantastic. Um, Oily wrapper. Um, Definitely chewy. A chewy smoke. Just really good. I really like Foundation. I should buy a box of every one of their Foundation cigars in their lineup. And Foundation's logo is pretty cool. I don't know if it'll focus. 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 Yeah. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's pretty cool. I should do a video on my collection. That would be a good. Uh, Ooh, that band came off nicely. I like it. I like when a band comes off easily, doesn't tear the edges, and you can see everything on the wrapper. Nice. It'll look good when I put it in the book. Put this away for later. Yeah, this is probably going to be a short live stream. It'll probably be like 30 to 45 minutes in total. I do have a barber pole cigar. Oh, Hands of Seeds. Oh, I'm so glad I could get you on the live. I was live yesterday. I was hoping you would be on, but you weren't. But stoked that you're in. Hope you've had a good Mother's Day, or at least just a good Sunday in general. Um, but yeah, so uh, I'm currently smoking a Olmec by Foundation. Uh, just the Robusto size, so a 5x50. Um, um, so nice, spicy Nicaraguan binder filler, and Mexican San Andreas wrapper around it. So nice and spicy, coffee, chocolate, earthy notes all the way through. How do you do with your collection and this weather? Do you have a humidor? Well, it's getting hot. Being in California, well, it's starting to get hot since it's moving into the middle of May. It's only going to get hotter over the summer where I'm at. So um, I have a Tupperware, um, and it's just a box with a seal around the lid, that clamp, and I throw Bovetta packs or Bovita. I don't know how people say it a couple different ways, but I don't know the actual pronunciation of them. But I throw my Lucy's. I got a 69% humidity in those boxes, and then my one other Tupperware that I have all of my boxes of cigars. I have a 65% humidity pack in them. Don't ask me the reasoning behind it. I'm just kind of testing. I want to see if there's any real difference, just shifting a couple percentage in humidity. But I do keep them on the ground because hot air rises and cool air settles to the floor. I try to keep them out of as much light as possible. Light can um, damage the cigar, and damage in like it can bleach out the color of the wrapper on it. Uh, but in the summertime, you want to be careful with the heat because you can get a thing called cigar beetles, and cigar beetles are no good for your cigars. Um, but from my knowledge and looking into it, a lot of the companies nowadays, they deep freeze all of their cigars before they package them for anywhere from 2 to 7 days. And what that does is it freezes all of the cigar beetle um, like eggs or whatnot, and it just makes them so they can't hatch. So when they go on the plane or boats, vehicles, or whatever, and it can get hot, it just won't wreak havoc. There was a lot of that in the 90s. But let's see. What was the other question? Have you smoked all your Tatsuya? Oh no, I've smoked about half of them actually, and I've let the other half. I'm letting them age, uh, and the last one I smoked was. Oh, there's another train coming. Uh, I've smoked about half of the box of the Tatuaje broadleaf reserves. I'm letting the other five age. Uh, I smoked one. What was the last one I smoked? It was sometime last year, before I went to Mexico, or right after Mexico. It was like November, December time, and they were pretty good. Like they were even better than what it was. So I should smoke another one here soon, just to check to see where they're at. Because I think they're going to be hitting their prime here, like the second half of this year or like next year. Um, I know at this point they've got, I think, about 2 years of age on them. And so one thing, at least from my palate, or like from what I've kind of learned, uh, medium to mellow, or mellow to medium cigars, I just smoke them as is. Because I find that if I let them age or rest too long, the flavor and complexity in them just dips, and I don't like that. But with stronger, more full uh, complexity cigars, uh, I like to have them sit and rest for a little bit or age, uh, just because sometimes the spiciness uh, right out the box will it'll just be too strong, and I feel that it cuts into a lot of the other flavor components from what the blender really wanted the consumer to get out of uh, the enjoyment of that cigar. It so the way I view it is the stronger the cigar, the more full of the blend. Age those. The mellow to medium, just smoke them or let them rest for a little bit, uh, and just smoke them sooner than later. But I have a couple of the tatuajes that I need to try. Um, I have a tatuaje uh, that was a PCA edition from last year. And I only got one of them. I didn't get a chance to buy the box. I really wanted to buy the box from my local brick and mortar store. Um, but with limited edition stuff, they're gone like that. So I'm just glad I got one. I got a couple of the Monster series. I got 3 of those, but I'm only smoking those for Halloween because it comes out in Halloween. And I didn't get a chance to smoke any of them back in Halloween last year, so they're gonna have a year of age for the first one that I smoked. So it should be delicious. And I talked way too much. So, crash course. Um, when your cigar goes out, there's a certain way to relight it, and you want to blow in to the cigar. The train's coming back. Give me. So you want to blow into the cigar, and it will like purify any of the impurities that are in the ash um, in here, or you can just snip the end of here. You can snip like a quarter of an inch and get rid of it. And you can light it like just a regular cigar. You can toast it and then light it. But sometimes I do that, but most cases I'm lazy really. So I just do it this way, and you'll see it. It'll be like a ball of flame in the end. And when I do that, I don't know, either just my palate, but every time there's another train coming, you're gonna see it here. But every time it tastes like chocolate chip cookies. This is probably gonna be um my regular live because it's just right across the street from where I live. Um, but the train, it's not that big of a deal. Um, yes, it would be a tragedy if the heat damaged my entire collection. I have a couple $1,000s worth of stuff. Um, what's your opinion on Gurkha cigars? Every single one I have tried, the construction is really bad, like leaf falling off halfway, rips and whatnot. Have you seen the same? So I have not actually gotten my hands on a Gurkha. So have no I have no say in if it's good or bad. Uh, I know one of the shops has the Mike Tyson cigar, um, and the guy at the shop was like, it wasn't the greatest, wasn't the worst, but he was like, first and last time he's gonna smoke that. So, um, yeah, I just have to try and I'll just have to try a Gurkha once, so I can have a proper opinion. But I've heard a lot of people say that just poor construction and uh, it's not it's not the best um, uh, cigar out there. Um, then I've also heard people say that it was worse, 10, 15 years ago for Gurkha, and Gurkha has gotten better uh, in the last 10 years. So um, I don't know. I'll have to pick one up and just try it out so I can have an opinion. Um, but yeah, I've been smoking a lot of Placencias lately. Well, I have a cigar journal, and I can just show you guys what I've really been smoking. Um, so we'll just go right from the beginning here. Um, so what was this? This is Undercrown Maduro by Drew Estate. Fantastic cigar. I need to buy a box of these. Um, I got a Nino Vasquez. I got like a 25 pack um, from these, and these were in the Churchill. They were pretty good. They were real cheap, so um, just a good stick to go when I go skating. Um, the Oliva Milano. Uh, this is not the Maduro. I really like the Maduro a lot more. I feel like it's got better flavor profile. And then I got to try what is it? A Drew Estate Java Latte. It was nice. It's an infused. A Tabernacle. Love the Tabernacle. I've got two of them in here. A Drew Estate tobacco. I've been smoking a lot of Drew Estate. They're really good. I smoked one of the Opus X's. That was in my stash. I've got one or two of them left, but hopefully I can get my hands on some more. An Axum by Foundation, uh, Placencia. What was this one? This is the Reserva Original. This was a lovely cigar. I didn't take any notes on it because it was so good. I forgot to. Um, Odyssey Coffee. It's pretty good. It was an infused cigar. Julius Caesar by J.C. Newman. This was a fantastic cigar. Um, it was beautiful. What was this one? This is a Ave Maria Crusader. I let this one stay for out of my humidor for a day, and I smoked it, and it wasn't that great. So I gotta smoke one that is good. There's a train coming again, um, but just going through. I smoked this Placencia Alma Fuerte on Friday, and it was amazing. Smoked this one on my live yesterday. Um, the EP Korea La Historia. It was beautiful. And now we are to what I'm smoking at the moment. Um, let's see what is there a deal that you go to consistently? Do you buy only singles or boxes? Since I started watching you, I've been stuck on the Cigars International samplers. Seems like the best deal out there. You're like the predator saving skulls in that notebook. Fun fact: I really love the Predator and Alien movies in my franchise. Um, honestly, like I'm not like super big into that franchise, but I love the Predator and the Alien, uh, all that good stuff. Even right down to the comics and whatnot. It's a good thing. Um, it depends. I like getting the sampler packs because sometimes in the sampler packs there are cigars that I normally wouldn't pick up or I just overlook um, at my brick and mortar. Um, and it really opens my mind to different cigars and different blends and wrappers and so forth. And then on top of that, I get to try something and I go, oh, wow, this is really good. This is box worthy. Now, on the flip side, sometimes oh, someone's shooting fireworks. Uh, on the flip side, sometimes, uh, like for instance, let's say with Foundation, I find a good deal on a box on something uh, that I've never smoked before. Um, and it's from Foundation. I'll just buy the box if it's a good deal. Um, like, but I if I'm gonna buy a box, it's gotta be like I gotta do my research uh, on it. Like I'm currently in the process. There's two boxes that I want to buy, and I want to buy them both at the same time, but I just don't have enough of the coinage to get both of them at the same time. So I'm probably gonna get one now and one before my birthday next month, and it's a box of the HVC hotcakes and a box of the Rojas uh, street tacos. Um, the Rojas just dropped those. Um, that was a big one. There is a train coming, uh, not overhead, but to the left of me. You can probably hear the horn going off. But yeah, I mean, it just depends. Um, or sometimes I'll buy like a 5 pack of something from a brand that I like that I've never tried before. Or sometimes brands will have like a 5 pack of samplers, and I'll do that so I can taste more of that line and be like, oh yes, I like this one. So then I'll save it in my little stash. Um, here we can all watch the train pass together. It's coming. Maybe there'll be some good graffiti on it. I always like watching the trains that go by, especially if they got good graffiti. The conductor didn't see me. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. Okay. Choo choo. Nice. Short train. Yeah, there's just something nostalgic about trains. Like, like being a kid sitting there and just sitting there counting all the cars on the train and just being like, oh, I wonder how long this is. But now as like an adult, sometimes you'd be sitting there and you're just like, all right, I got places to be and things to do. But yeah, so this final third, that spice ramped up, but there's like mineral in there with a little bit of coffee. Sometimes on the tighter drawing cigars, or if I cut too little off the end, I notice that it kind of restricts the airflow. So I just cut it off just a little bit more, and it just opens it up, and it kind of gets the guitar build up to not build up. It just gives it better airflow. Um, uh, yeah, that's kind of what I've noticed is either um, too tightly packed, or I didn't cut enough off of the end, which I'd rather cut less because then I can still cut some more off without having to be like, oh, I can't cut any more off before the cigar will unravel, and then it's a terrible experience. Um, but Hands of Seed, have you smoked any good cigars uh, this year? Because that Opus X that I smoked a couple weeks ago had about a year worth of age on it, and it was beautiful. I got so many compliments of people just being like, "Oh, that smells really good," and I'm like, "It tastes really good too." uh, it was it was nice. When I bought that, the guy at the shop uh, was like, "Hey, you should let that rest for a year," and he was not wrong. Um, I want to get a box of the limited edition pink that come out. I think they come out in October during like Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So I don't care how much a box is. I'm just gonna buy it this year. So I'm definitely, once it hits like September, I'm gonna really be looking because I heard that they are very good from Arturo Fuente. There's a train coming overhead. I really didn't get a lot of leather out of this. Uh, I, I I just got a touch of leather here at the end um, on that retro, um, but yeah, La Roma de Cuba. I enjoy the basic Glade Cliffs. I'm still in the $5 range on sale, but normally $10 cigar range, still burning. Hey, that's all right. Honestly, I think the most expensive cigar that I've smoked is probably the Opus X. and they did not disappoint. Um, I smoked my first La Gloria last year, and it was a gift to me, and I don't think they were um, preserved very well, so it was very no flavor, no complexity. It was just very bland. But I will have to try La Gloria Cubana. I will look for the Serie R and check that out. But if you get a chance, if you get a little more coinage, um, try um, a Padron 2000. Any of the 1000 series, um, it's gonna be it'll be a little bit more, but to me, I really like the Padron 2000. I've had the Padron 3000. Um, didn't really enjoy the 3000 as much as I like the 2000. I feel the 2000 had more chocolate and coffee complexion in it. I've got to try the rest of the 1000 series in Padron, and I need to try the 1924 or 26 and the 1964 Padron. But those are a little more on the expensive side. Um, I'm not going to say the prices because YouTube has a thing about that, but I can just tell you it's more dollar signs, I guess, if that makes sense. But Padron is a good brand. Uh, and with Padron, they are a vertical integrated company. So they grow everything. They basically go from seed to ash, literally. And so when you smoke their line, all of their cigars are gonna basically taste the same, just because it all comes from the same plantation uh, that is grown on, or the same farm. There's another train coming. Just bear with me. Um, yeah, Padron. Padron is a good one that I've spent a little more money on. Same with Plasencia. Plasencia uh, hasn't done me wrong. Um, if you get a chance, like for your birthday or just a good event, there's another train. Plasencia hasn't done any wrong to me. Their bands are beautiful. The burn and draw, the complexity, everything is just on point. Um, that's a box worthy company. Um, what other kind of, I guess, high end premium that I've had? Opus X, Padron, Plasencia. Um, yeah, those are the three that I can think of off the top of my head. No, I've gone um hey, that's actually a good point. It's just a good time to just pause and just take a puff. Uh, no, I love Nicaraguan cigars just because they're stronger. I tend to like a stronger cigar, but I love Dominican Republic cigars. So JC Newman, their premium cigars come from the Dominican Republic. Arturo Fuente is from the Dominican Republic. Um, I believe not all of the Avo uh, cigars come from the Dominican Republic because Avo is owned by Davidoff, and most of the New World Davidoffs are from uh, the Dominican Republic. But I did hear that I think it was last year or earlier this year, they bought some land in Nicaragua to expand. I've also been smoking some Rocky Patels, and those are some Honduran tobacco. And those are interesting. The Honduran, uh, uh, to me, in my palate, is more of like an earthy mineral uh, notes that come out. It's not very chocolatey, spicy coffee like Nicaragua. Or usually, I also get like cherry, oak, woody notes out of the Honduran. But the I'm trying to think of an Ecuadorian uh, tobacco. I literally smoked one the other day. Let me go in my notes here. Because I had a Ecuadorian Habano, I believe. Um, mhm. So this Avo heritage had a Ecuador Habano, and I believe it had Nicaraguan and Dominican filler binder um, for it, and it was the best Avo that I've had. It was stronger, which I liked. It still had that funk from the Dominican Republic that I really like. Um, the Ecuadorian Habano, it was a nice, wrapper because uh, it had a sweet complexity to it. The aroma was good. I haven't had a Fumas cigar yet. I have been looking into what was it? The Brick House by JC Newman. I want to get the Maduro Fumas. And if I remember right, the Fumas, they are filler, binder, wrapper of all of the same section of the plant. If I remember right, so like you have your Seiko, your Vizos, your Ligeros, and I believe they're just one primer of the plant, and they just roll it all uh, together. Um, and so some of the research I've been doing lately. Well, I guess this is finished. Good cigar. Um, but so the Ligero, which is the top of the plant, is where all the strength is. Higher nicotine content. The Seiko is the middle, if I remember right. I could be wrong, uh, but the Seiko is in the middle. In the middle of the plant is where you get all of the good sugars and the sweetness and like the chocolate notes and stuff. And then the Viso, I believe, is the bottom, and they do a couple things with the bottom. The ones that aren't rollable, they actually compost that and they put it into their compost and they reuse it that way. The ones that are usable are more used for filler because it's a good combustible component to the cigar. So they normally have that as the filler so that it can keep the cigar lit better. So when you combine the different section, I believe there's 6 different primings on the plant. The top is the Corona, and it's not it's not used all the time because it's very, very strong, but people do use it. And normally they're aged for a longer time just to mellow it out, so you get better flavor notes and whatnot. But yeah, I'm still just waiting to get the try a brick house, so I can have an understanding of it. There's a there's a site. I think it's called Tobacconist International. I think it is. Um, but in the description underneath this, if you go back to it, I'll link the website to it. But for $99, hopefully YouTube doesn't give me a strike or anything on that. It's just an educational thing that you can go to, and it will teach you for that tier. It's just for like the consumer, so you can understand like how the tobacco plant is grown, how it's processed through the fermentation, the aging period, how they're rolled and blended and boxed and so on, so that the general consumer has a better understanding of the cigar industry. And then they have a couple other lines that go all the way up to um, where you can be a cigar sommelier uh, and whatnot. But it's cool. I wanna do it just so I have an even better understanding of uh, this beautiful uh, plant uh, that we all get to enjoy. But like I said, the cigar is done. I'll just go back over my notes on the foundation Olmec. So the wrapper was a San Andreas, a Mexican San Andreas wrapper. Binder and filler were Nicaraguan. The size was 5 inches by 50. The origin was from Esteli, Nicaragua. I didn't pair it with anything. Um, if you're blending cigars, or if you want to clean your palate, drink a like seltzer water. The bubbles kind of scrub your palate, so you can have a fresh palate. It's like tasting wine. You eat cheese to clean the palate. Um, so the light, it was just spicy, like a classic Nicaraguan. The first third, it was spicy, earthy, and woody. In the second third, changed the complexity a little bit. It was spicy, coffee, earthy, chocolate. The final third had spice, mineral, coffee, and a little leather on the retro, and the smoke was very chewy. A medium to full blend. The appearance was fantastic. The burn and draw was fantastic. The flavor was great. Um, in total, box worthy. The wrapper was nice and oily. It was just shiny and nice. And that's the foundation Olmec. Let me see here. I'll take this last question slash comment, and then talk about it, and then I'll hop off this live and whatnot. Considering the South was independent due to their tobacco growing, which was primarily for cigarettes only, why do you think they didn't go the cigar route too? Talking pre-Civil War. Well, I don't know a whole lot about that, but I do know that a lot of the tobacco that was grown in the South got in the early days, like um, the Civil War and our Revolutionary War. Before our Revolutionary War, we were growing a lot of tobacco and we were sending it to Europe. And there's a train coming mid thought. Um, and in great American fashion, um, we saved the good tobacco for us and we sent all of the terrible tobacco to Europe, actually. But most of the tobacco that we grew in the South, I believe, was used more for pipe tobacco and pipe tobacco blends. Um, I'm not 100% sure when it transitioned to like more cigarette uh, tobacco production, which I feel like uh, like the Virginias did more of that for cigarettes. But I believe I'll have to do some research on that. But my understanding is that it was more pipe tobacco back then than it was like rolling um, cigars or cigarettes. I could be wrong. They probably did roll cigarettes back then, but it was probably more of that. But also, after the Civil War, there was more. Uh, there was a higher production of cigar rolling in the states, um, and all throughout early America. Um, there was uh, so many places rolling the cigars in the 1800s, the later 1800s, like because the Civil War ended in like the 1850s, I believe. I haven't been in a history class since. What's up, Ezra? I'm literally getting off of this live here in a couple minutes. Um, yeah, I'm chilling, just talking about some little history. But yeah, there was a lot of cigar um, uh, tobacco that was grown here. But like during the Cuban Revolution in the early 1900s, the Cubans. Oh well, I'm glad you got home safely. Good. Was the flight good? No turbulence. Oh, the kid coming early. Um, I know a lot of the Cubans in the early 1900s from the Revolution uh, came to Ybor City, which is Tampa, um, and they did a lot. They rolled a lot um, from there. Like that's where um, yeah, that's where Padron was founded, and they went. Padron has a quite the history. They um, started in Cuba, came to Ybor City with a dream. That's why they have the hammer in their logo, because Mr. Padron, when he got to America, he had nothing. He had nothing. He had like a couple dollars, and so he was in like construction, building like houses and stuff. And so that's why the logo is a hammer, because that's what gave him the it's 8 o'clock here, so 2 hour difference, no biggie. uh so that the padrone symbol is the hammer, because that's what started everything. And in the 70s they went to Nicaragua, um, and during the revolution in the 70s, um, yeah, let her rest. Uh, she's got quite the next day or so to go through. So enjoy. Congrats, my guy. Um, so yeah, there was like a revolution in Nicaragua, and so they moved to the Dominican Republic. I believe it was the Dominican Republic, or Honduras, one of the two. And then later on, um, yeah, man, congrats. Have a good one, dude. Um, and they did their thing, and I believe Padron is back in Nicaragua at the moment. But brief history of that. But I'm going to sign off of this live. Thank you for everyone that was on. I'm probably just gonna go live like every day during my daily smoke. Tuesday, I have a rollerblading group down in San Jose, California, and I'm gonna go live and just live stream my skate for as long as my battery will allow before my phone dies. So that should be fun. You get to see some of the crew and see how I one of my activities. But um, the last train. Um, so you get to see kind of like one of my activities that I get to do. Keeps me kind of in shape, but it keeps me active. So that, and I'll have some more cigars uh, coming up for shorts. So uh, you know, crazy world. Uh, don't let it get you down. Uh, yeah, Stassi out. Stogies Bogies. Like, comment, share, all that good jazz. Hit the notification bell so you can tune in when I go live and any other content. So, all right, everyone, I'm out.